Hello, everyone. I'm Angela Lee Duckworth, motivational speaker. Every one of us has dreams. Some are loud and clear, fully formed, and others are quiet, flickering in the background like a candle in the wind. And yet, we all do something peculiar. We try to explain ourselves to our dreams. We act like we owe them justification, like we have to be perfect before we even begin. We sit there making lists, building plans, rehearsing courage, when what our dreams really need from us is action, not explanation. I remember meeting a young girl once who wanted to be a scientist. She told me she didn't feel smart enough, not yet. So she was reading and waiting and reading some more. I asked her how long she thought she'd need before she started experimenting. She smiled, a little embarrassed. When I'm ready, she said, and I told her the truth, you never feel ready. Dreams don't wait for readiness, they wait for grit. And what's grit? It's showing up even when you feel unqualified. It's getting up after you've failed, especially when nobody's watching. It's doing the work again and again and again. Not because someone guaranteed success, but because the dream means something to you. You don't get to explain to your dreams why you were scared or tired or uncertain. You either chase them or you don't. You see, our dreams are like seeds. You don't explain the weather to a seed. You plant it, you water it, you give it light, you stay patient, and if the storm comes, you protect it. You don't talk it into blooming. You work until it does. So stop making your dream a jury and yourself the defendant. You're not on trial. You're on a journey, and the only thing your dream wants from you is that you keep walking, even when the road gets steep, even when you feel like turning around. The truth is simple. If it matters, you don't explain it. You live it. Every one of us has dreams. Some are loud and vivid. Others are quiet, almost shy, sitting silently in the background while we live out our days. But here's something strange we often do. We try to explain ourselves to our dreams. We act like they're waiting on a formal report, waiting for us to be smarter, more talented, more ready. We delay. We prepare endlessly. We hope that maybe if we do everything just right, the dream will finally say, okay, now you deserve me. But dreams don't work that way. I once met a young woman who wanted to be an author. She loved to write, but hadn't written anything in months. When I asked her why, she said, I'm not good enough yet. I'm still learning. I need more time. And I understood that. I've been there too. But I told her the truth. You don't get good at writing by thinking about writing. You get good by doing it, badly at first, messily, but honestly. You can't wait for perfection to begin. You begin and you grow. We think we have to be fully formed before we step into our dreams. We think we need credentials, approval, and guarantees. But the truth is simpler and harder. Your dream needs your action, not your justification. You don't explain yourself to your dream. You build it day by day through effort and belief and, yes, a lot of failure. And what carries you through all of that? Grit. Grit is not about never struggling. It's about showing up again and again, even when you're tired, discouraged, or doubting yourself. It's the refusal to let fear or failure write your story. People with grit aren't fearless. They're just more committed to their purpose than they are to their comfort. Think of a dream like a seed. You don't sit there explaining the rain or apologizing for the soil. You plant it, you water it, you stay patient. When it doesn't sprout right away, you don't dig it up and give a speech about how unworthy you are. You trust the process, you keep showing up. So stop putting your dream on a pedestal and stop putting yourself on trial. You don't owe your dream an explanation. You owe it your effort. You owe it your time. You owe it your grit. It's not about feeling ready. It's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the one who keeps walking, even when the road is uphill and no one's cheering. The truth is, if your dream matters, you don't explain it. You live it, one imperfect, determined step at a time. We live in a world that values planning. We make checklists, timelines, and vision boards. We attend workshops by planners, download productivity apps, and map out every detail of what we hope to accomplish. Planning feels safe. It gives us the illusion of control. It makes us feel like we're moving forward, without actually taking the risk of doing the work. But the truth is, growth doesn't come from perfect planning. It comes from effort, real, sustained, sometimes messy effort. You can have the most detailed plan in the world and still find yourself stuck in the same place if you don't act. A plan without action is like a map with no footsteps. It tells you where to go, but you never take the first step. And while there's nothing wrong with being organized or thoughtful, waiting for everything to be just right often becomes a way of procrastinating. We convince ourselves we need more time, more research, more certainty, but what we really need is movement. Think of a child learning to ride a bike. You can explain the physics of balance. You can show videos, draw diagrams, and give them a list of tips. But none of that compares to what happens when they get on the bike and try. That's where the learning happens, not in the plan, but in the practice, in the fall, the wobble, the moment they finally stay upright. Growth lives in the doing, and yes, when you rely on effort over perfect planning, you will make mistakes. You'll try things that don't work. You'll get frustrated. You may fail, but you will also learn. You'll build resilience. You'll discover what works through experience, not theory. That kind of learning sticks. That kind of growth transforms you. In fact, some of the most successful people didn't start with a perfect plan. They started with imperfect effort. They didn't wait to feel ready. They began, they failed, they adjusted, and they kept going. That consistency, that willingness to try and adapt, is what made the difference. It's easy to hide behind planning because it feels productive. But effort is what creates momentum. Effort pushes you forward. It reveals your potential. It teaches you more about yourself and your craft than any plan ever could. So the next time you find yourself stuck in preparation mode, ask yourself, am I planning or am I postponing? Am I avoiding failure or am I avoiding growth? The truth is, you will never plan your way into greatness. You will work your way into it, through effort, through persistence, through the courage to begin without guarantees. Progress doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for action, so make a simple plan if you must. Then go out and give it your full effort. That's where the growth is waiting for you.